Turning to the running commentary of Abdullah Yusuf Ali, (823) regards Surah 16, Ayat 1 through 25. Allah's command must inevitably come to pass, but all His creation proclaims His glory and leads to His truth. In all things He has furnished man with favors innumerable to lead and guide him and bring him to himself. Why then does man refuse the truth except for arrogance? Why does he run after false gods, thus acting against his own lights and misleading others, less blessed in knowledge? Comment 124 regards Ayat 26 through 50. In all ages, wicked men tried to plot against Allah's way, but they never succeeded, and were covered with shame in ways unexpected. The righteous see good in Allah's word, and their goal is the good. Great teachers were sent to all nations to warn against evil and guide to the right. The penalty for evil comes in many unexpected ways, for evil is against nature, and all nature proclaims Allah's glory and humbly serves Him, the Lord Supreme. Comment 125 regards Ayat 51 through 83. There is but one God, He who gives all blessings to man and other creatures. His greatest gift is that He reveals Himself, but in many tangible ways He cares for man and provides for his growth and sustenance, in rain and milk, in fruits and honey, and in nature and the life of man, with his opportunities of social, moral, and spiritual growth, are signs for those who understand. Why then does man show ingratitude by going after false gods and forgetting Allah? Comment 126 regards Ayat 84 through 100. Allah's prophets, if rejected, will be witnesses against those who reject Allah's truth, and all false gods will disappear. A life of justice and righteousness is enjoined by Allah, and the strictest fidelity in intent and action, for Allah will judge us by our faith and deeds, and no evil shall have power over those who believe and put their trust in Allah, their Lord. Comment 127 regards Ayat 101 through 128. Allah's truth may come in stages, but it gives strength, guidance, and glad tidings, and should be held fast when once received. Be not like those who get puffed up with pride in worldly good and scorn the truth, enjoying the good things of life, but tender thanks to Allah, and obey His law. Be true in faith and proclaim His word with gentle, patient wisdom, for Allah is with those who live in self-restraint, a pure, good, and righteous life. Comment 128 regards Surah 17, ayat 1 through 22. It is the privilege of the men of God to see the sublimest mysteries of the spiritual world and instruct men. In righteousness they warn and shield men against evil, but nothing can learn each soul's personal responsibility for its own deeds and carries its fate round its own neck. Allah's gifts are for all, but not all receive the same gifts, nor are all gifts of equal dignity or excellence. Comment 129 regards ayat 23 through 40. To be worthy of the service of the one true God, we must love and serve his creatures. The parents who cherished us in childhood deserve our humble reverence and service. Next come the rights of kinsmen, those in want and wayfaring strangers, to each according to his need. Not in spendthrift show and greatness is needed to those whom we cannot help. Allah will provide. He has made life sacred and pure. Fulfill your trust for orphans and deal with all in strictest probity. Pry not into evil from curiosity and shun insolence, for Allah hates evil, the one, the good, the universal Lord. Comment 130 regards ayat 41 through 60. There is none like unto Allah, exalted beyond measure is He. All creation declares His glory, His revelation is truth, but is beyond comprehension. To those who believe not in the hereafter, those who serve Him should beware, lest words unseemly should escape them. Whether to friend or foe, avoid dissensions, and know that Allah's wrath, when kindled, is a terrible thing, but we rejoice that He forbears and forgives. Comment 130 regards ayat 61 through 84. Arrogance, jealousy, spite, and hatred were the cause of the fall of Iblis. Man was given preeminence above much of Allah's creation and owes higher responsibilities. He should give thanks for Allah's mercies and remember the day of account. Not all the scheming of evil will deflect Allah's righteous plan to protect His chosen ones. They should pray without ceasing and seek His true guidance, for truth will last, but falsehood will perish. Comment 132 regards ayat 85 through 111. Who can define the spirit of inspiration? Its gift is the highest of Allah's mercies. To man, the Quran is divine, and no carpings can affect its greatness or the greatness of the messenger who brought it to men. Those who reject it will be called to account on the day of judgment. Let not pride and arrogance rush, like Pharaoh, to the punishment of the hereafter. The Quran is revealed by stages, teaches the truth, learn it and chant it, and praise the beautiful names of Allah forever. Comment 133. Regards Surah 18, ayat 1 through 22. The Book of Revelation gives straight directions to make our lives straight, to warn us against evil, and guide us to the good everlasting. Teach the truth, but fret not about men rejecting it. The parable of the companions of the cave shows how Allah works wonders beyond our fathoming, how faith is a sure refuge in ways we know not, how time itself works Allah's plan before we know how it passes, how He can give us rest and raise us back to life against all odds, and how futile it is to engage in controversies about matters we know not. And ayat 23, comment 134 regards ayat 23 through 44. The knowledge is with the law alone. We are not to dispute on matters of conjecture, but to rely on the truth that comes from a law, as in the parable. The man who piles up wealth and is puffed up with this world's goods, despising those otherwise endowed, will come to an evil end, for his hopes were not built on a law. Comment 135 regarding 8:45 through 59. The life of this world is ephemeral, and its gains will not last. Good deeds are the best of possessions in a law's sight. All will be leveled up on the day of judgment, and a new order created. On the basis of truth, according to the book of deeds, pride is the root of evil, rebellion, and wrong. Who will choose evil ones in preference to a law? Let us accept truth, for though falsehood may flourish for a time, it must perish in the end. And comment 136 regarding ayat 60 through 82. Moses was up against mysteries, which he wanted to explore. He searched out a man endued with knowledge, derived from the divine springs from which flow the paradoxes of life. He has shown 3 such paradoxes, and how human impatience is inconsistent with their true understanding. The highest knowledge comes not except by divine gift and a constant, patient striving, with faith, to apprehend something of the purpose of the all-wise Allah. Comment 137 regarding 83 to 110. 3 episodes in the life of a great king, Dhu al-Qarnayn, illustrated how power and opportunities should be used in the service of Allah. He punished the guilty indeed, but was kind to the righteous. He left primitive people their freedom of life, and he protected industrious people from grasping neighbors. But he relied upon Allah and made them remember the day of judgment, when all will see the truth and receive the punishments and rewards earned in their present life. Comment 138 regards Surah 19, ayat 1 through 15. Men of God show their qualities in their private relationships as much as in their public ministry. Zechariah was anxious in a world of unrighteousness to find a successor to continue his godly errand. He was given a son, Yahya, who heralded Jesus and lived a life of wisdom, gentle love, and purity. Comment 139 regards 16 through 40. Oh, I saw the wrong minute, so I'd have time. Next comes the story of Jesus and his mother, Mary. She gave birth as a virgin to Jesus. Well, as chaste is the actual way it's translated. The more literal way of saying it. But her people slandered and abused her as a disgrace to her lineage. Her son did defend her and was kind to her. He was a servant of Allah, a true prophet, blessed in the gifts of prayer and charity, but no more than a man. To call him the son of Allah is to derogate from Allah's majesty, for Allah is high and above all his creatures, the judge of the last day. Ayat comment 140 regarding ayat 41 through 65. Abraham. Well, I'm over half done, so I'm going to have to. Well, I do. I'm not going to be able to finish that one, so I'll leave that.